Welcome to Champlin Park High School for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Soccer. A good matchup for you tonight as the Maple Grove Crimson put their undefeated record on the line here against the Rebels. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Sig Ligry. And Sig, this has become a pretty good rivalry, especially in the last couple of years. Of course, they met twice last year, including in the Section 5 3A championship where Maple Grove pulled out a 1-0 win. So both these teams kind of have this one circled on the calendar each year.
Yeah, they know each other. They know when it's going to be there, and they're going to be up for the game. Maple Grove coming in now 8-0-1, having a great season. Champlin Park also having a good season, losing some tough games, but they certainly have the quality team that they were looking for.
Yeah, 4-2-1 for the Rebels. 2 1-0 losses in games that they felt like they outplayed their opponents, so they're might be a little better even than that record looks like. Both teams had to replace quite a bit of scoring from last year. They graduated some outstanding goal scorers, so both teams look a little bit different. You might not be quite as dazzled by either one, but still good quality sides.
Right, they have quality sides. They play well together as units, and that's what's going to count. It's tough to make up for a top goal scorer, but you can also make up for other players coming up to their abilities.
As we kind of near the end of September, hard to believe, but you're starting to think down the stretch of the season. I think both of these teams look at this as a good test to say, okay, where are we going to go from here? How good are we really?
Right. This is going to measure up how you're going to be at the end of the year when you get into the sections. It's important to win this one because this is going to set up how that's going to happen.
All right, should be an entertaining contest here tonight. It is the Crimson and the Rebels boys soccer up next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
Lights taking full effect here for the second game of the doubleheader, the boys game, as Maple Grove and Champlin Park get set to do battle here as Park Center coming off a shutout win over Park Center on Tuesday night by a 3-0 count, and Champlin Park, meanwhile, on Tuesday had their highest scoring game of the year, a 6-2 win over Andover. So they've had a couple games where they've been shut out, but then they've also had a 6, a 5, and a 6 mixed in. So when they have scored, they've scored in bunches against some of the teams that maybe aren't quite as strong. Maple Grove had a lot of firepower the last couple of years. Chris Franz, Carter Sheard and company, but not quite the same now. But they've been playing very well in the back. Haven't given up a lot of chances. Have been shutting people down pretty well, and getting enough timely scoring to win those 8 games that they have so far.
Well, that's what you have to do, is to take advantage of the players that you have, pull together a unison team, and you'll be in good shape. And that's what they're doing.
Crimson down a couple of players tonight, unfortunately, that would have been in their starting lineup. You get a look at Maple Grove on the left, Champlin Park on the right. Is Vinny Godano, one of the top defensive players and one of the best players overall for the Crimson, out with an injury tonight, as is Gotham Barani. And those are a couple guys that they count on pretty heavily night in and night out, so unfortunate for them. And Champlin Park had a big injury actually before the season. And then also, one of their players, we were doing their football game last Friday, Evan Swanstrom, and he went down with a season-ending knee injury in that one, so not available for tonight, obviously, for the soccer team. Here we go as the Rebels get first possession and driving it deep right up the middle. trying to get a turnaround try, and they do, but it was knocked down defensively. Follow-up, there's Beckett Carlson, a big save. Here's another chance, and Carlson stops it again as Lester Arthur had that second rip. Wow. Right off the bat, Champlin Park nearly getting on the board.
Well, they came out aggressively and almost had a big payoff.
Went long with that pass right up the middle. The first shot blocked by a defender, and then 2 saves in a row for Beckett Carlson. Maple Grove having to be wondering, wow, we apparently weren't quite ready for that early attack. Colin Ames throwing it in here for Crimson, and it'll be picked off by Diego Connell. Or check that up, Poston. Going to come back and use Evan Martin, their keeper. Strong header pushes it back into the Rebel zone. Trying to pin him in down in the corner there. And it will be a Maple Grove throw as Ike Duell putting pressure on there against Connell. And so now a throw in for Maple Grove. Ames to throw it in. Knocked out of there, but chased down here by Havlik for Champlin Park. They'll knock it away from him, and throw coming here for the Rebels.
Not a bad idea to send it off the touchline.
Ibarra trying to send that one over to Lester Arthur, but taken away by the Crimson as they look to quickly counter, but instead knocked away. Both teams like to move the ball up, possess, and kind of you're going to see fairly similar styles. Although Champlin Park did attack very direct up the middle that first time they had it. They turn it over here, push to the outside. Caleb Mance on the move here for the Crimson. Knocked away, but it actually came back out toward Mans, and the Rebels had to quickly clear it as Joe Seth jumped in and knocked that one away. It will be a Maple Grove throw, despite Connell trying to sell it as their ball as he picked it up.
Yeah, it clearly went off his leg, went over the line.
Ames will take the throw in here again for Maple Grove. No score on the board, although Champlin Park, less than 30 seconds in, had a couple of pretty good opportunities. Now here's a little bit of a chance. It's redirected out front, but never made it all the way through the defenders. And we get a foul call here going against the Rebels. And pleading their case a little bit, but it's going to be a free kick or a penalty kick here. Looks like a penalty kick. And Beckett Carlson, their goalkeeper, is going to come down to take it. He scored against Park Center the other night. He has 2 goals already this year. He's got their strongest leg, and they trust them to, if he doesn't get it to get all the way back. So here we go. Beckett Carlson to take an early penalty kick here for Maple Grove. I have to admit, I didn't really see what directly led to that call.
Hey, I didn't either. I just know the foul was called inside the box.
Officials are discussing it right now. I can't imagine at this point they're going to take this away, I wouldn't think.
No, he just reaffirmed.
I think Evan Martin was maybe a little surprised and a little amused to see his counterpart goalie coming all the way down the field to take this.
Exactly.
But it's something Maple Grove has done on multiple occasions this year.
There's center referee Steve Cooper.
So here's Carlson, and he buries it. Beckett Carlson, 3:29 into the contest, getting his 3rd goal of the year on a PK. And Maple Grove strikes first. That's he got involved via making some saves, and now he comes down to the other end and gets to be an offensive player for a moment. And Coach Leininger was saying that he's seemingly so automatic in practice that they feel perfect. Like, we got to use him as a weapon.
That's perfect. It was just inside the post.
Now, of course, if that ball gets saved and they boot it back the other way in a hurry, then he's got to make a long scramble.
Yep. But look at that. Just inside the far post. Can't get any better than that, even though the keeper was headed that direction. Rebels coming back, runs into a defender, literally.
Drop back here. Was a little bit of an opening, it looked like, for Ibarra, but he'll pass it instead of trying to rip a shot there.
Whoa, I'm not so sure you want to do that.
Here's Sano, Kafima Sano trying to step through, and now we get a foul called against the Rebels as defender Ames was knocked down there, and he gets up a little slow.
He's going to try and walk it off.
So 1-0 Maple Grove. Champlin Park got a couple of great chances right away to start the game, and then a penalty kick awarded to Maple Grove, and their keeper, this guy here, Beckett Carlson, took it and buried it.
Wow, look at this.
He's got a heck of a leg.
That went 70 yards.
Pass drop back. Crimson looking to get on the attack again here.
And not only can he get a penalty kick, he can get an assist on a goal when he kicks it that far.
I remember their starter really last year coming in was Holden Waldron, but he had some injury, and so Carlson played a lot. And I remember the coaches, Justin Turner and Greg Leiner, talking about how strong of a leg he had. He said, gosh, it's such a weapon for us. It's sort of hard to take him out of the lineup because we think he's really good too, but as was Waldron. Now here comes Arthur for Champlin Park. Back pass, though, picked off. Nice read by Anson Karn. Rebels able to win it back, though, as they got it over to Ibarra, and then next pass broken up. Poston lifts it high in the air up that left side. There'll be a throw here for Champlin Park, and they'll go in quick with it toward Poston, but that pass taken away. And then we'll get a foul call on the trip against Champlin Park. Crimson free kick coming. Of course, Maple Grove was not in Section 5 for a while. They were in Section 8, but then renewing the playoff rivalry and beating the Rebels, they said, in the section final a year ago. Goal kick coming up here for Evan Martin. Go short with this one here, and now around to Poston. A step up by Ames to help break that up, and here come the Crimson. Mance looking to switch fields here. And got out a little too far in front, couldn't control it there for Crimson Ethan Smith.
Yeah, Smith tried to finesse it up, and they went out over the touchline. However, Crimson get the takeaway. Now it's coming back up for Champlin Park.
Ibarra working with it there, and he'll drop it back. And swing it around now to Diego Cano. Right up the line, that pass broken up, but it'll be a throw for the Rebels. You can see they want the pace up there. Both teams really do.
Yeah, they like paced games.
Takeaway there, tried to get it through to Felix Siafa.
A little over the back, see if they called it. No.
Looks like just a throw here. Rebels been pretty aggressive so far. Connell getting it ahead to Lester Arthur. Finds a little space. Looked like he was trying to line up a shot there, but the defense converged. He stays with it, though. Got the pass away as well there to Samba Job. Job working it on the line and kept it in, and it'll be a throw for the Rebels down deep toward that corner.
Good job by Ames that time on defense, shielding off the attacker.
High cross there, but the defender gets there first. Mid-air battle for it, and Karn got knocked down.
And they finally get it out of the danger area. Let's see if they can keep it out.
Certainly get the feeling that there'll be some chances in this game. I mean, both these teams have been playing so far.
Yeah, I don't think 1-0 is going to do it.
Battle for it up the side. Smith banging there with Sano. It'll be a throw for Champlin Park. He'll drop it back. Elijah Abraham trying to switch fields here, gets it all the way across to Connell. Nice little move there. And a takeaway, but not cleanly done there. And it'll be a free kick here for Champlin Park. Chase Poston will take this one here for CP, one of their captains. Curving it toward that far post. Well defended initially, then they try to loft it back in, but kind of mishit that one. It goes out of play. A throw coming here for Maple Grove. 1-0 Crimson. We're just about 10 minutes in. Goal on a penalty kick by their goalkeeper, Beckett Carlson. And a throw here for Ames. Pretty warm day here, and cooling down a little bit for the second game, but still might be one of the last games where they're, hydrating is going to be a big issue, I would think.
Yeah, and it's a little bit humid, so you need to watch the players. But you're right, this is going to be the last one.
And let's see, who's this throw going to be? It'll be Champlin Parks. They battled for it along the line there, both trying to sell that it was theirs. Ooh, that pass just deflected away. Now Karn turning it back for the Crimson. Slams on the brakes. Oops, collision with the referee there as Mance ran into the man in green.
Yeah, and referee stop play. So it should be a drop ball.
I have to admit, I'm never used to this because in a lot of sports, they're just part of the action. If you run into the referee in hockey or basketball, and it's just play on. Yeah.
Well, I think in most cases they would let it go, but that definitely interfered with the flow of the game.
Right. Cross to Connell.
Oh, nice move.
Yeah, he's had a couple nice individual moves to get that ball around a defender. See, they're eager to use the whole field, too. Maple Grove's been pretty good at pouncing on turnovers, though. I mean, it's like right back the other direction. As soon as they get it, it isn't time to think about it.
Right, that's what we talk about, transition on the counter.
There's Justin Turner, one of the co-coaches for the Crimson. Knocked away, and be a throw for the Rebels. One-nothing Maple Grove, but I'd say overall Champlin Park's had every bit as much of the play as the Crimson in the early going here.
Yeah, time of possession is pretty even. Champlin Park may be up a little bit.
Connell crossing one there, a diving header to get it out of harm's way, and then another throw here for Champlin Park. Definitely was more experience returning in the back for Maple Grove versus up top, and that's kind of showing out in their scores this year. But again, still very good. They got a lot of depth in their program. I mean, year after year, you're getting good quality players kind of across the board. Ames will take this throw for Maple Grove. And Connell stepping up to take that one away nicely for CP, and here they come. Arthur laying it ahead there.
Tangled feet, nothing called.
Little spin away by Max Johnson. Now Smith trying to find an opening. Tried to go up to Siafa, but that one was knocked away. But again, the Rebels turn it over. Now they'll come out left side with it, a little more space to work with as they find Ames. Ooh, a nice left-footed cross there looking for Siafa. Well read by Martin as he came up to get that one, but goodness, that's a pass that can lead to something.
Yes, it can. A very deceptive Got that nice hook on it.
This one will bounce out of play. A throw for Maple Grove. Good fast pace to this one is about 14 minutes in and a 1-0 Crimson lead. Siafa dropping it back there. Then they try to, ooh, that one nearly connected. Pretty good idea. Tried to sneak it through there.
I think we'll see that pattern again.
And Ike Duell was only about a step away from at least getting maybe a foot on it to redirect it.
That was pretty close.
That pass picked off. They try to counter. Siafa was kind of all alone for the moment. I tried to go back with it to Johnson, but Rebels trying to counter, but instead they quickly have it taken away. Siafa overran that one though. Poston coming back the other way for the Rebels and then taken right away from him cleanly. Siafa tapping it outside. Connell, a nice sliding tackle. Ooh, and then he is tripped up by Mance. See if
that one's going to get called.
Yeah, see if there's a chance of be a card coming out. Doesn't look like it, just a stern talking to. The Rebels quickly go after it upfield. Ames broke that one up and then knocked out by Job.
This is the last foul. Yeah.
Got the clean takeaway, but then
that was the
follow-up. Yeah, kind of hooked his foot.
The first one was illegal. He made contact with the ball first. Second one, no way.
Arthur, nice little move. Back toward Connell. He's being hounded by Siafa there. And they're going to use the keeper, Martin. Martin will drive it right up the middle of the field here. Owen Bersham sending it ahead, but quickly knocked out of there, and the Rebels looking to create action on the transition. Arthur looking out wide to the right here to Job. Knocked away, and we'll get a corner coming up for Champlin Park. Going to bring Elijah Abraham down to take this corner here for Champlin Park. An opportunity for them to get something going on a set piece here. He's going to go short with it and then get a return. Hooks that left-footed shot. Defender stuck the leg out and knocked it away. Arn. And it'll be another corner coming up for the Rebels.
Boy, snuck that one through. Almost caught the defense off guard.
It would have been interesting to see if Carlson was able to get to that ball or not, as Karn stuck his leg out. This time he's going to go far post with it, and he hooks it in. And Champlin Park will tie it up. They went short corner the first time, and this time Abraham hooking the ball right into the net. And so the Rebels even things up. We had a penalty kick goal at the other end. This time they score off a corner.
And that's the weapons of the set play. Watch this corner. Left-footed, it naturally will hook in. And I think it came off the top of the bar, didn't it? And then in? I couldn't really tell. Doesn't matter. It was in and it counts. Here comes the Crimson back.
And this one's going to be a corner the other direction, I think. Nope, I'm sorry, goal kick. It was last touch by Grove there. So we're all evened up at a goal apiece. Champlin Park, you know, although they score directly off the corner kick, they worked hard to get some chances, and I think that, you know, that kind of pays off ultimately for you. You feel like if you get some offense going, that it might lead to things like that. And same at the other end, you know, you draw a penalty kick and get a foul call here against Champlin Park, coming back out a little bit further.
Yeah, it's important to take advantage of the set plays.
Yeah, and we saw him go short with the ball and then get a return pass the first time around, and then the second time hooking. Hard to say really if he was trying to hook the ball into the net directly, but either way it worked out. Ooh, and that one snuck all the way through.
Wow.
Martin, those are kind of a little bit tough for keepers because there's so much traffic. You're just kind of wondering, is this ball going to get deflected on the way into me? And then it kind of got on him in a hurry there, even though it wasn't like a super hard rocket.
No, but it got through all the legs that were standing out there. And
now they push it ahead. Race is on. A little bit of room for Havlak. Knocked away from him, though.
He ran into him, but I think he managed to hit him with the shoulder.
And that ball will get out. Throw for the Rebels. Kind of see that they're got some good energy going here after tying it up. Poston chipping that ball ahead. Frank Miller over there to help interrupt that one, but it'll be another throw for the Rebels. Maple Grove been put back on their heels probably a little more than what most of their opponents been able to do against them this year.
Yep.
Long throw down deep. Bounced away from Arthur and sent upfield. Rebels going to come all the way back, give it to Martin. Keeps that ball rolling up to Connell up the right side. Tried to send it long through, but that one broken up. Now Maple Grove will restart on the back. And that pass will get all the way through everyone and into the Maple Grove bench. Throw coming for CP. Karn with the interception. He'll give it to Ames. Look at that last free kick. That kind of got in.
Scooted through there, didn't it?
Yeah, it really did.
That can be tough.
And that's the type of shot that if it's just you playing against him, kind of a routine save. But when there's that many bodies out there, all of a sudden the equation changes.
Yeah, because you get screened. So that was better than we thought.
Ball knocked away to the outside. Smith will watch it go. It's a throw for the Rebels. Pretty good start for Maple Grove. Champlin Park, I think, has come on and maybe taken the play a little bit more down as we've gotten to this mid part of this first half, and we're evened up at a goal apiece. A goal on a penalty kick for Maple Grove, a goal on a corner kick for Champlin Park. Job trying to push that ball out front. Oh, he keeps on hustling after it. Cross there, and it's knocked away by the defender. I think this will be a corner.
Yeah, I think it went over the line.
Yeah, defender there, Bersham, was out. Boy, that was good hustle, because he really knocked that ball farther than he wanted to out front of himself, but he didn't give up on the play. And then Carlson was coming out to catch that cross, and his defender knocked it away.
And that's what created this corner. And again, to do the short route.
Back to Arthur. He'll go down toward the corner with it, but that'll be a goal kick as Havlak couldn't quite track it down in time. I like the creativity, though, for Champlin Park. They're not just,
I love that.
Going same setup every time. They're looking a few different ways, and including with that corner.
Yep, keep them guessing, and then you pull the surprise. Let's see how far it goes this time. Oh, my goodness.
Carlson knocking it over 60 yards downfield. And that's the thing, even if you don't come up with the possession directly, you've kind of turned the field position part of it to your favor.
Well, you push it 20 yards. That makes a difference.
If nothing else, you make the other team come a long way with the ball.
So does he kick field goals too? I don't know either.
Don't think so, but I could be wrong. Connell with the throw in there.
Over the back.
And that'll be a foul call going against Job for Champlin Park. He's done some good things early here for the Rebels. Carlson, again, that strong leg taking this free kick, and they deflect it over, trying to get it for Mason Reed to get an opportunity. It's going to be a goal kick.
You know, I can just see the coaches' benches, especially Coach Leininger's grinning ear to ear when he sees Carlson kick those goal kicks. That's an offensive weapon.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, credit to them for being willing to take advantage of that, I think, too. Some coaches would be a little nervous having your guy come down, you know, way out. But
yeah.
They trust the rest of their defense. They trust Beckett's judgment as well. Throw in here by Ames. And Rebels get to that one first to loft it, but it's served back in. Karn coming up with it there, but then a nice takeaway. They'll send it long for Havlik. Havlik knocked down, and we're going to get a call.
Yep.
Flag went up, and now we'll stop the clock here, see if there might be a card perhaps coming.
There might
I
be.
think
He
so.
was
He's
pretty
reaching
aggressive.
in his pocket, yep.
Yep.
That'll be Frank Miller being issued a yellow card there.
Max Johnson. Number 2, Owen Bersham.
Coach Leininger talking with the official about
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good call.
So free kick coming here for Champlin Park as Chase Poston lining this one up. He's got a big wall over to his left that are going to be trying to knife through there and presumably look for a header, or we'll see what exactly he does with it here. Yep, looking for our post. Oh, and just up and over the top as Carter Havlik getting up for that ball. I think he just grazed it but couldn't direct it on the net. And here's Carlson just drilling it upfield. They got pretty much what they wanted here, but just a little bit over Havlik's head. You see he just got a piece of it. And then a second trailer, not quite able to get to it in time.
Yeah, that is one good set play. Okay, not only got it up in the air, he got that curve to go with it.
Ooh, that clearing
Whoa.
attempt blocked. Some dangerous moments there for the Crimson, and they'll just have to turn and bang it upfield. Played up the line here, and a sliding takeaway. Good effort to keep that one alive. Seth will knock it out here for Champlin Park. We will get a throw for Maple Grove. Smith will take this throw in here for the Crimson as they get themselves situated. And then that header goes out. It's going to be a throw for Champlin Park. Poston will take this throw in for CP as we approach 14 minutes to go in the first half. We are tied up at a goal apiece. A penalty kick goal nearly going for Maple Grove, and then a goal directly in off a corner kick for Champlin Park. Get it ahead here to Colin Merritt, but taken away. Oh, now the Crimson get it right back. Good work by Gavin Chabika. Merritt pressured there, and it's knocked away. It's going to be a throw or a free kick. It looks like it was a foul call there as Jamelia Fondo got a little bit too much of a push in there, it looked like. So free kick here for Max Johnson. Johnson lining this one up. He's going to go at the net. Ooh, and it almost kind of rolled through Martin there a little bit, but he's able to stop it. Ball was going to be wide anyway. they played for the pass there and kind of dared Johnson to see if he could sneak that one, and just that for the keeper there. He got a good look at it, obviously. Here's a race. Havlik trying to get to it. Battle for it. Crimson knock it to the outside, and this is going to be a throw for Maple Grove. Actually, Job hustled, but in that case, it probably was going to be a throw for them. But, you don't fault a guy for hustling down there to try and break up a pass.
Well, he banked it off the Champlin Park leg to get the throw. Nice takeaway.
Yeah, really good use of the body there by Connell to not foul but get that ball cleanly. Just kind of stepped in front of him. Seth. Now they keep it rotating up that right side. And that one, though, too small of an area to try to use the line there, it looked like, but Maple Grove deflected it out, so throw in here for the Rebels. Seth will drop it back to Diego Connell. Chipping that one up high. Got a little over the head, though, of Nathan Rulas. Maple Grove looking to counter, and they do keep it in play.
It's a cross, but there's nobody there.
Long run to get to that one for Merritt, but he did run it down. Now he gets by the defender. Merritt dropping it to the middle. They just couldn't get control enough to put that one. Boy, once he beat that defender, that one looked like it was going to be a really good chance. But this didn't quite work out.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah, Connell.
Inadvertent, but it was a
he
trip.
realized it right away, helping Merritt up there. But foul call, incorrectly so.
Well, that happens because you're trying to make a tackle, and if you miss the ball.
Yeah, this is going to be a yellow also. So watch Connell right here coming up. Yeah, and he realized right away what he had done. I like that he just went off without arguing because he knew. And we saw the yellow on a, somewhat of a similar play on the other end, so you're probably going to see it that way as well. So free kick coming here for Maple Grove. Anson Karn will take it.
Good look there at Coach Leininger on the right. Let's see what they call.
Chipping it far post, and a pretty good pass for Martin to get there.
Yeah. Very nice read by Evan Martin.
And nice job by his D, too, to get out of his way, basically.
Yep. And you have to remember that one of the responsibilities of a keeper is to direct his defenders. And if he says let it go, easy stop by Carlson.
Yeah, long one lofted on net there by Rulas. Carlson will show off that leg again, but this time it comes right to a Rebel. They try to counter, but then they give it away, and Merritt. His pass, though, broken up. And boom, this one long. Havlik again. He's had some races going on. That time Johnson gets there first and will clear it out. Throw coming here for Champlin Park as we approach 10 minutes to go in this first half. 1-1 is our score. There's Greg Leininger, the co-head coach, Crimson. And this will be a corner kick upcoming. So Rebels have had some corners from this near side, and now we'll get one out the other side. Chase Poston will take it.
Fourth corner.
And obviously they scored on one earlier. So there's Otero coming back. Poston will see if he can hook this one in there. Carlson giving his defense instruction there. Here's Carlson punching it. Havlik runs it down, drops it back, and then still dangerous here. A lot of traffic, though, to try and sneak that one through. And they'll have to regroup out high a little bit. Abraham. Nice ball over there to Ibarra. And he's going to come back with it here. Now they'll send one in from long range. Carlson could sense traffic, so he punched it out. And a battle in the air here. And we're going to get a push called against Champlin Park, it looks like. Things were getting more and more physical as each ball went in the air there. I wasn't surprised we'd see a call, just which way would it go. So Carlson didn't have a clear path that ball like at the other end, so that time he elected, I just got to punch this out. Yeah, it'll be a push call there, kind of an obvious one as he tried to get in there with the hip and root Otero out, did Ethan Smith. Strong header sends it back the other way, but it got away from Merritt. Crimson will come up with it here as O'Callahan playing it to the outside, then it's banked off a Rebel. We get a throw coming for Maple Grove. First we're going to have subs though, as Ike Duell and Felix Siafa return here for the Crimson. And there's Felix. Swing this one around to Ames. And Job knocks that one away. Siafa, heading that one out. He was expecting Merritt to circle bow to the corner, but it didn't happen that way.
So that results in a goal kick.
And they turn it over. Karn, but a nice play by Poston to come up and get it back. Sending it long. Here's Havlicek. Gets a shot, but Carlson the stop. Miller came back to bother him. That ball got through, but he felt he didn't have time to do anything else but try and get rid of a quick shot, and Carlson making a save. And see, they've tried to catch Maple Grove on a few occasions, and it's, a couple, starting with the first minute, it worked out.
But there have been several plays where they've been trying to spring number 8 Havlicek. Trust me, you have not seen the end of him in this game. They're going to try to get another feed to him.
Back to Martin, and he'll rotate it back to Joseph Seth. Havlicek heading it to the outside, but it'll get out of play. Throw coming for Maple Grove. And they threw it in a little bit farther up the sideline than what they should have there, apparently, and Colin Ames will have to do it again. Good work by the ball chasers, too. They've been right on. Getting the ball in there quick, and I might point out, getting it quick to Maple Grove, too. They were in
both sides,
Champlin Park youth players, but they're not being picky about who they get the ball to, and that's good.
Yep. Have to be neutral. Maple Grove again, sending the ball up.
Yeah, a couple nice passes. Now working around is O'Callahan. He's going to rip a shot, and that one will go all the way through. He had Merritt cutting up the middle as well. Might have been looking for the redirect, but it'll go wide of the mark. So just over 5 to go here in this first half. An entertaining half. 1 goal each side. An early penalty kick awarded to Maple Grove, and their goalkeeper actually came all the way down the field to take it and make it. Beckett Carlson, and then Elijah Abraham scoring directly off a corner kick for the Rebels in the 18th minute to tie it up. Takeaway there by Ibarra. Ibarra will run it down again here and bring it back to Seth. And around to Poston. Again, they go direct here looking for Havlicek. Havlicek crossing it. It was knocked down. Tries again. It was knocked out of there. And it'll be a throw for Champlin Park.
Credit the defense that time to slow things down.
It's hard to tell from this angle if Havlicek maybe would have possibly had a shot himself or if he was kind of down too far. Obviously, he felt the play to make was to cross that ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
Poston trying to sneak one through there, was broken up, and then Connell heading it back out to Havlicek. Ibarra keeps it moving there.
You just don't have time to settle down the ball and get a shot.
Blocked, but then they get another crack at it. This one will roll all the way over to Havlicek. Carlson knocks it down, and then the defender just knocks it away. The last second is Miller getting in there to break that one up. And it went off a Rebel, actually, so it'll be a goal kick.
Boy, it's all that Havelock again causing Havelock. Just got a foot in it.
Carlson getting a little anxious here. There have been probably more good looks at the net than what they've been used to this year. And he's been busy.
Well, you want to be in the game and occupy, but you don't want to spend all your time in crisis mode.
Mance gaining control here for Maple Grove and keeps it rotating over to Karn. Nice hustle by Connell, and he'll keep it alive here. And he was knocked down. He got the pass away. Crimson with the throw in here, trying to get back on their attack. Ooh, hard fall there by Mance. Getting a little more physical down the stretch of the half here. Karn knocking that one down. And then sent ahead, here's Carlson drifting way out. Kind of mishit that one though. It'll be a throw for the Rebels near midfield. And once more headed out. Rulos will take another throw for Champlin Park. Got away, and now Maple Grove looking to counter. Mance stops, cuts it back the other way, and then serves one in, but Martin will come out and grab this ball. Distributing to Poston. You don't want to get too cute back here.
No.
Siafa chasing after him a little bit. And that one got out of play. We'll have a throw here for Maple Grove, and I think Connell kind of saying, what are we doing there? That shouldn't have been that complicated of a play.
Right.
Ames will throw it in as you look at Sano for the Rebels. A fun half so far here. I think some things to like for both and some things to not like as well. That's going to be a handball call. But all in all, I think both teams have played pretty well. Maybe to a certain degree, I might say Champlin Park is a little happier with the way they've played, perhaps overall. They've gotten some chances. Carlson booming it long. Here's a volley out front, and before Siafa can get there, Evan Martin in that all yellow keeper gear able to come out and get to that ball.
That's exactly what we were talking about with Carlson getting it that deep. That's the integral part of that play.
Down to the final seconds of the first half, and we're going to run out of time to get anything more going here. So, interesting, entertaining first half of soccer here, and we are even up at a goal apiece. Maple Grove 1, Champlin Park 1. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and then our second half. Northwest Suburban Soccer continues here on CCX. we are even up at a goal apiece here at halftime of the boys contest between Maple Grove and Champlin Park. Maple Grove won the girls game by a 2-1 score. And let's check out some action from opening half of this one. It was a pretty event-filled first half, I'd have to say, as Beckett Carlson delivering an early penalty kick goal for Maple Grove after Champlin Park had a great chance right in the first few seconds of the game. And then lining it up for the corner kick, Elijah Abraham hooking that one in. It just hit, I think, just into that far side of the net there after he had gone with a short corner earlier. Then a long free kick here. Watch this one sneak through traffic, a little short hopper that Evan Martin had to be sure-handed on. If that ball sneaks through him, it would have been in. And then you look at our stats.
Score 1-1, shots 6-4 Champlin Park. Shots on goal 5-2, fouls 9-4, corner kicks 4-0. Even stats and even on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Champlin Park had that solid first half. I mean, they did some good things there, especially as the half went on. So we'll take a timeout, come back with our second half of soccer here. Maple Grove trying to stay undefeated. Champlin Park would love to hand them loss number 1. Stay tuned for more soccer on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Overhead light on or off?
And welcome back. We get set for half number 2 as you look at the Champlin Park Rebels and their keeper Evan Martin making his way out as we switch ends for the second half of play. And we said, Sig, an entertaining first half. It did not lack for chances. There were certainly some good setups both ways, and maybe a little more so even for the Rebels, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. I think in the second half, look for the Rebels to get that ball to number 8, Havelak. He's been pretty effective down on the right side, getting the crosses over to the goal area, but he's also been very effective in driving the ball through defenders.
Interesting to see what, if anything, Maple Grove changes in terms of some of those direct passes right up the middle. I mean, yes, they defended quite a few of them well, but enough got through that I think it's something that they're probably a little bit concerned about. I think the Rebels have done a pretty good job of trying to isolate and get a one-on-one matchup with some of those passes right up the middle. Strong header there and a battle in the air push against Maple Grove's Ike Duel, and we'll get a free kick here for Champlin Park.
And obviously Champlin Park going from right to left.
And I don't know that there's really enough wind for it to be any kind of big difference going whichever way you're going tonight.
No, I'm looking at the flag and it's not moving a whole lot. Just enough to keep things cool on the field and give us a little bit of air coming through the window here. Battle for the ball, no foul.
Rebels will swing it around here to Abraham, who scored their lone goal on that corner kick that he hooked in. Over to Mance. They try and surround him and knock it out of there, and Poston plays it ahead. And they're going to bring it all the way back toward Carlson here. And even on a ball rolling to him, he's able to still drive it way downfield.
Boy, he got some height on those. Almost scares the space station.
Throw here for Champlin Park. And then intercepted there by Merritt, briefly anyway. Smith lofting it ahead. Smith following up after it here, but Abraham gets there first. Karn able to pick that off. Merritt trying to play it ahead to himself there. He did a good job sticking with that one. It's not a game for the faint of heart. Things have gotten physical at times for sure. We had one yellow each way.
They're not afraid to attack. Sliding tackle, and it's going to be a throw-in.
Miller getting there to break that one up as Sano did a nice job trying to turn the corner around him there. So a throw in here for Champlin Park. Poston getting it way out front, but Carlson sure-handed able to grab it.
And that's the other fine thing about Carlson. He's tall enough where he can do that.
Knocked away here. Let's see who it hit last. It will be Maple Grove's throw. Rebels trying to say they knocked it out off somebody, and I kind of thought so too, but looks like that won't be the call. Aims to throw it in here for Maple Grove. Comes right back to him, and he's going to chip one out front, but a nice header there. Back out to Smith, and he lofts one in, and there's Martin out to get a good flight to that ball and easily get there first. Ames trying to take it away. It's jabbed out. We get a throw for the Rebels. Back to Seth, and he'll roll it around here to Abraham. Looking up the line with the left foot there. It got off of Havlicek, and then Miller clears it out. We'll have a throw for Champlin Park. Ooh, nice step up here. Oh, and trying to get a shot with Sano, but just took a little too long.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the footsteps coming behind him.
Max Johnson on the move here for Maple Grove, trying to get a little space, drops it back. Here's the shot by Mance, and it rolls just wide. Crimson asking for the touch, and that would result in a corner, but no, they say it's a goal kick.
Boy, that didn't miss by a whole lot.
No, it was an interesting, I think it was a nice setup to see back that there was somebody coming as a trailer here. And Mance made a nice move, got a shot.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's one where you're the keeper, you're like, oh gosh, I hope that one goes wide because I sure can't reach it.
Martin also with a nice kick.
Yeah, he got plenty of foot on that one. And we get a foul call here going against Maple Grove, it looks like. It was a little bit of tangle up between Mance and Ibarra. And it will be a Champlin Park free kick here out near midfield. Chase Poston will put his foot to it. Arthur sending it ahead, and now back for Ibrahim. Chipped out front. The header goes away from the net there. Crimson looking to counter as Merritt chasing. And they're going to use the keeper here as they go back to Martin. And it pinballs around. Maple Grove gets it right back. And here's Mance circling away, and he'll leave it for Ethan Martin. Martin stepping through a couple. Martin getting to the outside and tried to rip one in up high short side, but mishit it. Martin saw an opportunity there. He was kind of running out of room, but I don't mind the shot attempt there. I think.
No, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
actually.
Sometimes you wait too long for the perfect setup and it doesn't arrive. And
right.
Sometimes you just have to be aggressive and look to attack.
Especially with a game like this where you only get a 1-2 touch. You have to take whatever they can give you.
Karn gonna swing it back and look to switch here as they go over to Bersham. Little tangle up there. That's going to be a foul call against Champlin Park. So we get a free kick coming for Maple Grove as they got a little tiled up. So look at Brady Hicks and feeling like his team overall has played pretty well. He said we've had a few breakdowns in front of our own net and a few breakdowns in front of the other net, or we could be undefeated, but that's all part of it.
You bet.
He said, great group of kids to work with. They've overall played well, and they've, I think, played well tonight. Knocked out of there by Martin, and then he had to hustle back into his net. And we will get a goal kick coming up here for Champlin Park.
Yeah, Merritt had visions of maintaining control, but just kind of ran out of real estate, and there were too many people around him.
Martin will put his foot to this one for Champlin Park. Be a throw for the Rebels as it's off of Smith's header out there. Rulis, that one quickly knocked away, and then it's cleared off of, I thought it went off of Maple Grove, but it looks like they're going to award the Crimson the throw. Brady Hicks thought so too. Karn will swing it across.
Boy, they do a beautiful job on switching fields. Battle for it. I mean battle.
Yeah, going to be a call against Maple Grove. And I would say too with Maple Grove, and like a lot of the good teams, they switch fields with a purpose. It isn't just to do it where you're not really making any advantage or gain by doing it.
And if you notice when they do, there are at least 2 or 3 other players on the other side of the field waiting for that to happen. So yeah, you're right. It's by design and has a purpose.
Back to Arthur there. He's able to step past one defender and keeps himself rolling ahead, but not for long there. Is broken up by Duo. And then taken back, though, by Poston. That pass ahead knocked away. And then a little bit behind Job. It will be a throw coming for Maple Grove. Tried to go to Smith, broken up, but he did a nice job waiting. He realized he wasn't going to get to it right away, so instead he waited back and took it away. Now here's Johnson to the outside. Max Johnson crossing it. Knocked away. And then Johnson gives it back. Ames sending it across there looking for O'Callahan. And I think both teams kind of having a little what-if moment there.
Right.
Champlin Park didn't do a very good job of clearing at all, and Maple Grove didn't do as good a job as they could have on getting away an actual shot.
Good point. Yeah, they did not take advantage of the situation, and Champlin Park was a little bit lackadaisical there.
It looked like the Rebels were kind of waiting for their teammate to make a play, and they stood and watched a little bit more.
Yeah, like they froze momentarily.
Smith sending it ahead. Maple Grove kind of getting a little momentum, it feels like, in these last few minutes.
They've been moving the ball well.
Chipped ahead, and that one will bounce to the outside. Smith running it down and couldn't get his body turned around to get an angle to either get a shot or a cross away there. He tried, but it just went wide. So Martin gonna go short with it again here. Now,
sometimes I like that. I like it when the keeper makes the right decision on when to do a distribution versus a kick. Because when you kick, it's like about 60-40. About 60-40 against you in possession.
Arthur crossing that ball. Carlson ranging out. Fumbled it briefly, but had plenty of time to pick it back up. He has not been as busy so far here in the second half as he was in the first.
We shall see.
Yeah, that could
kiss of death?
change. That could change. And let's see.
Boy,
Going to be a goal kick. It's a fierce battle. Havlicek mixing it up with Bersham there.
boy, Havlicek playing with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of passion. Makes for a great player. Doesn't know how to stop.
Boom long here. Abrahams knocks it ahead. Here come the Rebels. Lester Arthur. And then Mance takes it away from him.
Boy, the Maple Grove defense came back in a hurry.
Karn. They had a near collision. Karn pushing it to the outside. Now Caleb Mance. Smith lofting it ahead. And Johnson wins this ball. Able to put on the brakes and drop it back. And sent to the front. Oh, and a collision there. Martin coming out to meet that one. Collided with O'Callahan. And Martin will just scoop that up. Doesn't look like a foul was called either way there.
Nope. Martin did the right thing, stood his ground, and didn't get pushed down. Ouch.
Ooh, ouch. Big collision, but play
advantage,
on.
Yeah, advantage called.
Throw in there.
Yeah, you're right. It's getting a little bit on the physical side. Here's that last chance. Steps around, there goes a shot, and a collision. Kind of at a glance, so it wasn't really head on, but Martin standing up, doing the right thing.
Yeah, the timing actually was pretty good on that crossing pass there.
Yeah.
I mean, had he not reacted the way he did, that one would have been a good chance. And that's the thing, the keeper, when you make the right decision and you time it right, you're the person who can use your hands. It's relatively easy for you to win that ball, but if you don't time it right, then you got trouble.
Then you got a problem like intercepted pass or something like that. And it comes right back at you.
Be a throw here for Maple Grove. Or excuse me, Champlin now gaining possession and back across for Ibrahim. Boy, everybody who catches a pass has got somebody nipping at their heels.
Yeah, I know.
Both teams.
Yeah, it's like vultures. As soon as somebody gets the ball, they're right on it.
You can tell these guys are pretty well conditioned because they're not coasting out there very much. There's people going hard the whole time.
Yep,
here's Maple Grove attacking up that left side. Nice sliding block by Job. It will be a throw for Maple Grove, though.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think all the players are like a binary switch. It's either all on or all off.
See, when that ball went out, a couple guys kind of bending over, holding their shorts like they're gassed.
Oh, yeah. That's a lot of work out there. I mean, nobody has slowed down at all. And it's been very fast-paced since the opening kick.
And I think both teams, especially considering that they met in a section final last year and everything, you kind of know that you're going to get a good game against each other, that you're going to have to play well and play hard and be strong on the ball. And maybe get knocked around a little bit here and there and shake that off too. And that's a little bit of it as well. Here's a header, and Martin able to range over. That one was going to be wide anyway, but he read it perfectly. I guess maybe in some ways more important for Champlin Park to win this rather than tie. If it comes down to seeding, if Maple Grove's going to have a little bit better overall record and they tie each other, then you'd still think Maple Grove would be probably in a position to get the nod. Now, obviously, if they were to knock them off, though, you'd have a case to push for being seated ahead.
Yes.
battle for it here. We've got a little bit of a hold against Maple Grove. It'll be a free kick coming for Champlin Park. I talked about earlier, here's the part too where you have to, you be smart with how physical you get. You don't want to get frustrated and cost your team by retaliating and things like that, but then again, you also want to make sure you're playing tough and strong with the ball. Poston putting it out front. Carlson gets to that one cleanly as they tried for a Sano header there. Carlson, a chance to talk to him in the preseason. He's a big keeper. I mean, he's
tall.
I don't know if you'd tell it on TV that well, but he's a good size goalkeeper for sure. And looks like it's just going to be a throw. Havelak pleading for something beyond that, but looks like he's not getting that call. You see that look right there. Not terribly happy that there was no foul call.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me? You didn't see it from my point of view.
Hurts a little less, though, when you at least get the throw in out of it.
Yeah. Just to get the possession.
Jabika coming back in here for Maple Grove. Rebels will switch up and have Poston take this throw instead here. High header into the middle here. Crimson trying to get it out of there. And Poston couldn't quite get to it as they tried to head it to him on the outside wing there. Miller being pressured here. And kind of a dangerous pass. They go back for Carlson, and he just barely gets there. Now Rebels possessing again. Arthur shooting, and Carlson, I think, probably not terribly happy with his D on that one.
Right, he was not happy. That's why when he got that save, he just absolutely laid on it. And then,
quite honestly, 2 passes in a row were very careless for Maple Grove. First the pass across from D to D, and then to go back to him and not really hit it very well. That wasn't great decision making out front for Maple Grove. They were fortunate to get away with no goal being scored there. And keep in mind, their top defender out injured tonight too. It kind of made it force for a little reshuffle in the back, and that not making excuses for him, because that just plain wasn't great decision making. But this time they'll use Carlson again, and he will drive it upfield.
knows Champlin Park now when Carlson's going to hit those kicks. If it's not a goal kick, they're coming in on him. They're going to try and rattle him a little bit.
Be a throw here for Otero for Champlin Park. I think Maple Grove's picked it up a little bit here in the second half again. That they've, I thought they were outplayed maybe a little bit in the first. I would say they've maybe had a little bit of the advantage in the second, although now it's shifting a little bit again of late here too. Otero chipping it ahead. High bounce on Karn there. Ooh, and he went back with it. It's going to come all the way back to Carlson. I don't think he was trying to do that, but. Up the line, Rebels. Ooh, a nice step in though to break that one up by Mance. Here he comes up the left side. Siafra trying to get that. Siafra, but knocked away and then banged upfield. It'll be a throw here for Maple Grove. Max Johnson will come back in to the Crimson lineup. Here's where you, as coaches too, you want to kind of be keeping an eye on who's looking tired out there and rotate some people in. I mean, you want to win or lose with your best out there, but at the same time, subbing can be important. And you know, like I said, still fairly warm evening, and we might have a yellow card here. Yeah, delay of game type of yellow card as the Rebels picked that ball up and kind of threw it away to slow Maple Grove down from being able to come forth. And I don't think the Rebels bench felt that warranted a card. Coach Hicks pleading the case there that he didn't feel like it was anything that unusual to see, but
yeah, This is center referee Steve Cooper explaining it to the coach.
Kind of demonstrating the fact that he didn't just pick the ball up, he threw it over his shoulder.
Yeah, yeah. I think he understands that.
So free kick here for the Crimson as Frank Miller lining it up.
And the clock is frozen.
Battle for it in the air here. And then Rebels bang it long. Bersham trying to win that ball back, and he does, at least for the moment. And driving it upfield. Siafa trying to keep that ball in, didn't quite do it. He was close, and he was pleading his case there, but we're so far away it's hard to say, but the line person right on the line said, "No, you're out." Abraham coming back in for Champlin Park. Otero, knocked down there by Johnson. It is going to be a foul call against Johnson. And a nice takeaway, and here comes Siafa now. They got numbers forward.
They sure do, but they can't get past that defense.
Back to Siafa. He's going to try and shoot it, but denied there. Nice block by Seth. Unable to capitalize on that turnover.
Good job by the defense to reacting even though they were outnumbered.
Smith triggering it in here, and then he gets a return pass. Ooh, a nice ball to Johnson. Good passing in short quarters there for Maple Grove. Smith trying for the tackle there, and instead will be called for the foul, and it looks like Seth might have a cramp.
Yep. Well, that's what you were saying earlier with the higher temperature and humidity can have a factor on these players.
Yeah, we haven't. I hope this isn't a sign of things to come, because boy, between football and soccer in this month of September, we've seen a lot of that going on.
Yeah, we saw several soccer matches that were like that.
I got a wheelchair in my room if you need one.
So back into action here as Rebels trying to work it upfield. To the outside here for Ames. And Karn pops it high in the air. Abraham connecting there with Poston, and he keeps it moving up right side here. Chip to the front, but well defended. Ames now trying to come up with it for Maple Grove. Siafa able to trap that one down. As Johnson speeding ahead of him, he tried to send it through to him, it was blocked. Siafa trying to get a little bit of an angle, but pretty well defended by Seth. Johnson jumping in to help out. Siafa tried to sell that one. I thought that was a good no call there. Smith dropping it back. Nice ball ahead to Max Johnson. He crosses it there. Ooh, good job defensively to get back and break that one up by Connell. That was well done offensively, but Connell was not caught off guard by the player coming behind him. kind of get the feeling that school probably would win this one at this point. We're under 15 to go now.
Yep, I think that's probably a good call. Both defenses are pretty stubborn.
And of course, this year, no overtime in regular season games. And I was asking the Maple Grove coaches, are you in favor of that? And they were kind of pausing and thinking, well, sort of depends on the night. If you feel like, you had the momentum and had more chances down the stretch, you kind of maybe wish you had some more time to try and score. But, and they brought up an interesting point that I had not really thought of, that their impression was it might have, the rule being passed might have a little bit to do with officiating, because there are people who work multiple games and getting from one site to another can be thrown off if your game extends a lot of time. And now I don't know, I'm sure there are more than one factor that went into that, but that was their impression, that might have something to do with it, is that they don't have enough officials, so somebody maybe books a game at Champlin Park, and then they're going to go do a game a couple hours later at whatever, Blaine, and then they're late because the first one went overtime.
Sure, that could be a factor.
Rebels work it up their right side, ball crossed, and it sneaks all the way out front. Johnson got over there to break it up, but still an opportunity for Champlin Park. Abraham, who has that strong left leg, trying to fight through that one out off the Crimson. It'll be a throw for Champlin. Substitutions now as Trey Jones will come in for the Rebels along with Arthur. And there's a look at O'Callahan returning for the Crimson. So Otero throwing it in here. And now lofted out front. Carlson punches it.
There's a redirect.
And a lot of traffic in front of him, so he wasn't going to take any chances there.
In the last 10 minutes, I'd say Champlin Park has been coming out better on the 50-50s.
Callahan and call going here. This offside, I think. Yep.
Here's a good look at AR1. That is Ty Biasco. AR2 is Peter Runza, and again, Steve Cooper is the center referee for this match. Doing a pretty good job.
Oops, a trip from behind there, and it'll be a free kick here for Champlin Park. Yeah, there'll be some guys who are tired and sore at the end of tonight's game. It's been a hard-fought battle, and a little physical at times from both sides. And here's a strong header to get that ball out of harm's way for the moment, anyway, for the Crimson.
Yeah, well, I don't think the intensity level has changed from the opening kickoff.
Here's Max Johnson, kind of a 2-on-2. And he sends a through ball there, and Evan Martin sliding out to kick that one away.
Is it me, or did they slow down a little bit on that one?
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get the timing just right and make sure they weren't offside, too. It actually was a pretty deft pass there. I mean, he put it in a pretty good spot, but Martin, again, read it well. And then that one mishit. It'll be a throw here for Champlin Park. Abraham will throw it in for the Rebels here as we get down to about 11 minutes to go in the contest. Still 1-1. We had a first half penalty kick goal for Maple Grove and then a corner kick that went directly into the net from Champlin Park. So, Martin getting a little fancy there and almost had some anxious moments. Grimson getting this ball back, and that shot knocked down. Follow-up opportunity, though. Martin is out of the net, and it goes in.
Oh, my goodness.
Maple Grove will strike. Getting roughed up a little is Gavin Chabika, as he will get the goal. Roughed up in a good way by his teammates. And Maple Grove will take the lead.
The defense was up a little bit, and the keeper was out a little bit. Did not have time to make that sliding tackle. And Maple Grove takes the lead.
Chabika getting mobbed by his teammates as he's able to put that one away. Second goal of the season, and none bigger than that against a good rival and a good team.
And a very solid defense. Up until then, Champlin Park was able to stand up the defense and do a lot of blocks.
Arthur crossing that one, but it's knocked down. So this right now sitting the same score as the girls' game wound up, but still time for Champlin Park to try and change that here as we're down to about 10 minutes to go in the contest.
Yep, and they have the people. They got the right mix out there.
Arthur dropping it back to Ibarra. Abraham will swing it back, looking to Joseph Seth. Or now it's ahead to Yafondo, and then they'll keep it rotating right side. Ball crossed here and miss hit out front. Crimson able to get it ahead now to Merritt. I don't know, this spot, this time with that lead, if I'm him in that spot, I just kick it far upfield. I think, you know, I know you want to keep your shape and move the ball up nicely, but you don't want to take chances at this spot and eating up time and making them come all the way upfield might be more important right now.
Yeah, you don't want to give your opponent any kind of an advantage at this point.
Abraham will swing it out to the outside. Otero. Interesting that Maple Grove is dropping more people back, but that's also allowing the dribbler a little more space to work with here too. And not maybe being quite as aggressive trying to come up and get steals. And I don't know if that's, you know, necessarily the plan or if it's just kind of working out that way.
It kind of evolves into that. You're not playing a defensive shell, but you are playing more focused defense. Dropping another midfielder back there to increase the personnel.
Smith triggering that one in. Rebels force a turnover. Arthur trying to get space to do something. He'll drop it back. Ibarra tracks it down, and again the Crimson kind of back off and make sure they're in good position. Not too worried about those passes way back beyond midfield, but they just don't want to allow anything really coming forward. Now Merritt. Mance dropping it back to Johnson. Johnson looking for Merritt. Looking to turn and go, but well defended. But step up there by Ethan Smith. They'll keep it rotating up the left side, knocked away from Siafa. And we'll get a call here offside against Maple Grove, so a free kick for Champlin Park. Time's starting to be a factor though as they trail by 1 and about 7 minutes to go. Seth getting it ahead to Ibrahim. Get the ball up that right side, and again Maple Grove really dropping some guys back deep. Oh, put out front, Havelack passed it back. I think he really would have had a decent look at the net there, and he didn't even really look at it, just passed it back. It's easier to see that from up here, though, from down there. But
on the field, yeah.
And he, you know, he was unselfish, but it really looked like there was maybe an opportunity to turn and threaten the net there.
So here's what you were saying. Get the ball down as far as you can, eat up some clock.
Yeah, make them work coming upfield too, and that's
you had it right. You had it absolutely right. Make them eat more time moving the ball up.
Nice interception there, but then intercepted back.
Boy, I wish we had the stats on how many takeaways we've had this game. It's got to be high.
Chip to the front, but a header there. And battle for it. Ibarra kept possession though. Ibarra working his way into the middle of the D, knocked loose, but a follow-up try, then knocked down by Johnson. Rebels still pushing and generating some chances, or near chances anyway.
Yeah, they're not slowing down. Maple Grove wants to slow it down, but...
Oh, and that one knocked back out of play. A throw coming for the Crimson. We'll get a clock stoppage here on the substitution, I guess. I don't. Interesting. It was a pretty quick stop. I mean, I understand he doesn't want to let them burn time too much on substitutions,
right,
but that was instant. Didn't look like there was, I don't know, unless there's something I didn't see. And the reason that one should have been a stoppage.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see anything either.
Carlson will pick this one up.
Carlson directing his team to move forward. He's going to power this one.
And did it hit Ibrahim or not? Let's see. No. Yeah, it will be a throw for Maple Grove.
It was on its way to Osseo.
So Crimson get a little bit of a break there, and Smith will take the throw in. Mance knocked away from him, but it comes all the way over there to Duel. Duel gets in tight, and crosses it there, and Evan Martin pounces on it. Rebels trying to see if they can get a quick counter out of this. And Smith with a nice knockaway there to at least interrupt the flow. Mance pressuring hard there too. Here's Ibarra coming upfield. Rebels connecting nicely on their first sequence of passes here, but then met some white shirted defenders coming. Trying to maybe draw a throw there, but instead they turn it over. And here again, I feel like Maple Grove, it's okay to just get it out of there.
Right.
They're trying a little too hard, I think, to possess.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Ibrahim chipping it across here. Ames looking to trap it down, but instead it was won back there briefly by Havlik. And they turn it over. And that pass deflecting off of Jones' foot, though. It'll be a goal kick upcoming here for Maple Grove. And again, Carlson telling him, get upfield here. I'm going to drive this one a ways.
Strikes it well. That's higher than the other ones, so it doesn't go quite as far. But Champlin Park takes it over possession, drives it back down.
Out toward the corner here. Here's where you want to be careful with this one if you're the Crimson. Let's see, it gets out. It'll be a goal kick.
Boy, not by much. That's kind of iffy.
Now they're going to stop the clock. Too much dawdling there.
Yep, the referee has that advantage to him. He can stop the clock if he feels one team is just kind of dragging things out, delaying.
Throw for Champlin Park. Under a minute and a half to go. They're not going to have too many more opportunities here.
No, they're going to have to mount a good attack right here.
Good strong header, and Mance trying to come up with it, but instead it's Yofondo. He'll swing it over to the right side here. And that pass up the line is going to be too far, though, and it will be a goal kick coming for the Crimson. This will be interesting to see again. Do they stop the clock here? No, not so far anyways. They're under a minute, under 50 seconds, in fact, as Carlson drove it upfield. And that one mishit as they tried to send it out of there. Rebels able to win it. Chip to the front and a redirect there. Carlson's going to come over and play this ball. Only 15 seconds to go. If Carlson gets a good boot into this one, it might pretty much eat up the remaining time. And he will drive it into the Champlin Park end of the field. Rebels are going to run out of time. So Maple Grove getting the only goal of the second half as Gavin Chabika scores with 10.5 minutes remaining to give the Crimson the 2-1 victory, and they stay undefeated this year. Boy, it was not easy. This was a hard-fought battle here.
Champlin Park came back really strong. I like their defense. The defense is very, very focused on what they're doing. They had one slip up there, and that's what cost them the game. But they have a pretty good team. Maple Grove obviously is happy to be undefeated.
Rebels will be at Rogers on Saturday, and meanwhile for Maple Grove, they play at Andover on Saturday. Best of luck to both of these teams heading down the stretch of the regular season. We certainly hope you've enjoyed tonight's game here on CCX. For Sig Lagery and all of our crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Your final, Maple Grove 2 and Champlin Park 1.